So, my name is Deficit. This is the Disorderly Wrestling Review. And that was Wrestle Kingdom 13. Holy shit, what a show. If you're not watching New Japan and you're a wrestling fan, I don't know what you're doing. Because it is consistently some of the best product. Their bigger shows of the year are just straight out the best wrestling shows of the year. And this delivered. Every match on this show was worth watching. I can't say enough good things about this show. There's a lot of surprises, a lot of things to unravel coming out of this, going into New Year's Dash tomorrow, into the rest of the year for New Japan. To run down the show, spoilers obviously, for the first match on the pre-show was the Gauntlet, the Trios Tag Gauntlet match to determine #1 contender for the 6-man Never Openweight Championships, which will be tomorrow, I believe, at New Year's Dash. I believe this is when it cashes in. It was the most violent players, Maccabi, Yano, and Taguchi, as one team. And then Nagato, Jeff Cobb, and Finlay as another team. Then Chaos was Hiroki Goto, Beretta, and Chucky T. And then the last team... there's two more teams. Suzuki Gun had Minoru Suzuki, it had Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. And then the Elite were in with Hangman Page, with Marty Scurll, and Takahashi. Standard, I don't want to say like standard gauntlet match affair, but pretty much what you expect from a New Japan opening match. A lot of people getting their spots in. Jeff Cobb looked like $1 million fucking dollars. Finlay in this also looked really, really good. They're playing out the storyline with Chucky T. Can't quite pull it together, and you see more of that with this one. The Elite get the first couple, I'm sorry, not the Elite, God, what the hell is their team? I don't know if the team had a name. It was Nagato, Cobb, and Finlay. They got the first couple of eliminations, with Finlay getting both pinfalls, which was really good for him. I'm hoping they do something with him, because he's got real potential. And Jeff Cobb on that team looked like a fucking star. Like, nothing could touch Jeff Cobb in this match. If I had to pick an MVP, it would be him. The team that ended up winning was the most violent players. Maccabi, Toroyata, and Taguchi won the goddamn match. There was a miscommunication where there was attempted outside interference because each of the teams had managers and cohorts and some shit. So he takes a swing at it and he misses his partner getting rolled up from behind, and Toriano got a fucking pin. That's a highlight for the goddamn DVD, isn't it? That was amazing. It's standard opening affair. Everybody got their spots and everyone looked good. There wasn't real proper like burial sort of thing, so all money there. The proper start of the show was the Never Openweight Championship. It was Will Ospreay versus Kota Ibushi. The two of them tore the house down. I mean, this match on any other card could have main evented it, because these two are just so goddamn talented. And this match delivered. It really did. Will Ospreay is showing why he's one of the hottest young prospects in the world. Kota Ibushi continues to prove that just sign the goddamn contract, dude. I don't care who you go with, but sign a long-term deal with somebody and you can main event. Like, it's nothing stopping Ibushi from being at the very top of whatever fucking company he wants to be in, if he would sign a deal long enough for them to want to make him the top of the star. The finish of the match was this very, very nasty looking bit from Will Ospreay. Like, he got real aggressive and real violent towards Ibushi, and it ended with a stretcher spot, which you don't ever see in New Japan. Like, it is astonishingly rare. Will Ospreay, fed up that he can't get the job done, hits his violent, brutal looking elbow to the back of Ibushi's neck, and he just goes down. Ospreay picks him up and hits him with his proper finisher. I can't remember the name of it now. It's the Tiger Underhook spin thing. I don't remember what the fuck he calls it, but Ibushi was out. They pulled a stretcher spot. Looked like he might have a concussion or something. But God, it was such a good match. The only real sort of throwaway match on this show was the one that came after this. After following that match, you can't follow that match, basically. But going into that was the three-way tag for the junior tag team championships. And this was Los Ingobernables of Japan, which is Bushi and Takage, Shingo Takagi. The Suzuki Gun had Kanemaru and El Desperado. And then Roppongi 3K with Sho and Yo, obviously, and Rocky Romero existing, I guess. I don't really know. Like, he's not even that great of a manager. I don't know why Roppongi is still holding on to him. Because the two of them are clearly talented. Like, they could run the division practically by themselves. But not to take away from any of the other talent in there. Because Kanemaru and Desperado have had a stunning year. And they mentioned this on commentary, which I'm glad they brought it up because the two of them have been running roughshod over most of the division. It's good to see the juniors getting a bit of a limelight. This match was short. Each of the teams got their spots in, and then out of nowhere, fucking Los Ingobernables got the win. Like, nothing against them, nothing against Bushi and Shinjo, like, they're talented guys. They just, all three of the teams could arguably deserve the win. It just sort of stunned me, just out of nowhere, like 5-6 minutes into the match, and it's over. What you gonna do? And it's the second title change of the night, and it's showing a pretty awful trend for existing champions. Following that match was the Rev Pro Heavyweight Championship, which was Tomohiro Ishii defending against Zack Sabre Jr. Again, this is another match where any other company in the world, this would be your main event. These two have wrestled before. They've tore the house down before. And for a relatively shorter match for some of the affairs that they've had previously, fucking blew it out of the water. As you can expect, they took every bit of the 10 or so minutes that they got out of it. Just beat the fuck out of each other. Obviously, Zack Sabre Jr. playing the submission game, picking a body part, really trying to destroy the arm of Ishii so he can't get off those powerhouse moves like that clothesline and the lariat of his. But it was a stunning match. And towards the end of it, when you see Ishii's arm starting to fail, he gets more brutal. He starts shoulder tackling, headbutts him to the chest, and Sabre sells it like a goddamn heart attack. It looked painful. It really did. The finish of it was Zack Sabre Jr. locking Ishii up in this like weird sort of octopus hold. Again, I don't know the name of it because Sabre wins with like 17 different submissions. But he just locks both his arms up to where the Ishii can't tap physically. He just has to verbally tap and give up to the ref to call the match off. It was, like I said, stunning 12 minutes. Third new champion of the night is Zack Sabre Jr.'s Rev Pro Heavyweight Champion, which again, great match, and that win makes sense. You want like your British champion to probably be a British wrestler, at least someone that can tour more often than like Ishii could with his commitment to New Japan. But continuing on from that was the standard, the heavyweights triple threat tag match, which was the Bucks, which was Los Ingobernables, which was Bullet Club's new thing. Who the fuck are they? Guerrillas of Destiny. Sorry, it's been a long goddamn night. Evil and Sonata, Tomotonga and Tongaloa coming in as champions, and the Young Bucks, who just sort of inserted themselves into the match after the World Tag League because fuck it, why not? They had this really high-paced, high-energy, again, sort of 10-minute affair. It's one of those things like odd timings for some of these matches, but you know, the tag teams, especially with these tag teams, most of them fight like juniors in the first place. It was a very high-paced tag match, and of course, 3 seconds into it, fucking Mac Jackson takes a spot on his back and starts selling the shit out of it, as you'd expect. Super kicks galore. I mean, this is pretty much how you would expect it to go. They tore the shit into each other. Tama Tonga kept with his trend of trying to restore a sense of honor, I suppose, to the Gorillas of Destiny. And there was a point even to where one of the Bucks had Evil in a submission, and Tonga stopped Loa from breaking it up. And the two of them go to the outside of the ring and push the ring rope closer so Evil can grab it and force a rope break. I thought it was a really cool, interesting spot to try and, like, you know, proving that they're honorable champions. Turns around and bite him in the ass when Evil and Sonata win. 2 times. Are they 2-time champion? I don't know, actually, because they won last year, didn't they? Anyways, I mean, they're 2-time tag league winners. I think that's what I'm getting stuck into my head. But Evil and Sonata win. Sonata's so fucking talented, dude. I've been high on this dude since he got stuck in fucking Impact when he was on Excursion. But tore the house down for a short 10-minute match. 4th new champion of the night. Another loss for Bullet Club. See the trend here. Going from that match was the U.S. Championship match. Juice Robinson against the defending Cody Rhodes with Brandy at ringside. This was your standard Cody Rhodes match in New Japan. If you've seen one of them, you've seen most of them. They're not bad matches, but they're not, like, burn the house down either. Obviously, Brandy Rhodes gets in with her bionic shoulder spear, which is always an amazing spot. She gets ejected from ringside, which I think is the first time I've ever seen a New Japan ref do that. So that was a cool moment. The finish is Juice sort of snapping. He gets to the point where he hits his finisher like 3 times in a row before he goes for the pin even, and just takes a pin and just destroys Cody. And he's Cody's 3rd loss for the Bullet Club. 5th fucking title change of the night. 5th. After that, it's the Junior Heavyweight Championship, which is Kushida defending against Taiji Ishimori, also known as Bone Soldier. Holy fucking shit. I love the juniors in New Japan. They just beat the shit out of each other. It's such an amazing work rate. Like, this is not like main event length. It's like 15 minutes, give or take. But they made the most out of all 15 minutes of it. They just tore the house out of each other. Before the match, there was this cool spot during the entrance for Kushida, to where little miniature Kushida comes out here, and then Doc Brown has to pull him back to age him forwards, I guess. I don't really know what the fuck the plot for that was, but I thought that was amusing. You see this event showing off, it's like a proper fucking spectacle. This is a moment. This is a full show, and just spots like that add to it, in my opinion. They get like the WrestleMania feel more when I'm doing it with these more recent shows, and they've had previously where it's just like a big show in the start of the year. This feels like the big proper size show, you know what I mean? But getting back to the match, Ishimori defeats Kushida. What? Like, how many people fucking picked that on their brackets? But I can't say I'm disappointed with the outcome, because Ishimori's really talented. He's someone who really got his career revitalized once he got pulled over to New Japan, because he was really just like a fish out of water when he was over, and he was in Noah, I believe. But it's just one of those things where he wasn't properly utilized. It was just a big man's territory, basically, and it didn't have a whole lot to do for him. Coming over here, he's really sunk his teeth into it, and then destroying Kushida at the end of it. You see this with the trend where when it comes time for the finishes tonight, they are decisive. There was very, very little leeway in most of them, which I'm all for. Following that, fucking blitzkrieg of a match is Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada. Jay White comes out first with Gaito. All white gear, looks badass. Okada comes out, Rainmaker entrance. Gold hair, money falling from the sky. His fucking old music got remixed or something. Because it's not the balloon music, but it's amazing. He gets into the ring wearing full robes, and when he takes it off, he's back to the fucking trunk. So the pants are gone as well. Like, what the hell is happening? It's mind-blowing. It's one of those things just after the title loss, you figured that character was just done. It had just run its course as far as they were concerned with that approach. And to see it come back for this struggle with JY, just didn't see it coming. Is one of those things, if you saw it coming back, it would have been much later. It would have been when he was back on the title run. But Jay White and Gaito's betrayal brought something out of him. And these two tore the house on it. It was an Okada match. It was an amazing fucking match. The ending of the match stunned the shit out of me. Because Jay White won. You heard me. Jay White fucking won. Okada doesn't quite get a proper Rainmaker. Like, he gets the lariat, but he didn't, like, trap the arm and pull him into it like normal. He had slipped out of it before they'd done the thing where they'd swirled around each other, and he just, like, blasts him with a lariat. Gets the 2 count. Jay White immediately gets back up and hits his cutting edge Sister Abigail sort of move. I don't know the proper term for it again. But one finisher gets the pin. What the fuck? Like, this is the most unexpected result of the night. I had literally zero fucking thought in my mind that Jay White could walk out of this. Especially with Okada, someone you figured they would be rebuilding. They would be wanting to get him back in the title picture eventually. But either that against the current crop at the top, you know, Omega, Tanahashi, guys of that caliber. Or if he was just going to be floated in immediately behind them for the next round. But he lost to Jay White. It signals good things for Jay White because clearly Japan has a plan for him. New Japan, Harold has something big in store for that guy. And he deserves it. In a year or two, he's been working there. The bit over a year since he debuted the Switchblade character, and specifically, he's improved by such massive leaps and bounds. I just didn't expect him to win. It's one of those things where you can look good in losing to Okada. He has a way about him to where you don't look like you got destroyed even if he pins you. He can make you look like $1 million in defeat. That didn't happen. Jay White beat him. I'm still fucking speechless for that. So I want to see where this is going. I want to see what they've got planned for Jay White. Whether it's continuing on towards the main event, you know, Intercontinental or World title scene, or if they're going to continue the Okada thing for a bit longer, because you could get a rematch out of this. You could get another match. I know they've fought before, but you get more out of this feud, and I would love to see more. I would love to see the two of them get a proper main event, like 30-minute segment versus, you know, like the 10-15 minutes they got tonight. Then it gets to main event times, co-main events as they're being billed on the show, but you know how it is. Intercontinental title is Chris Jericho defending against Tetsuya Naito. Like 2 days ago, 3 days, I remember whenever the contract signing was, they added the stipulation of no disqualification. So legitimately, like a couple days ago, this got changed up, and now it's no rules, it's no holds barred. Chris Jericho beats the shit out of Naito for like the first 10-15 minutes. Gets kendo stick shots in there, gets chair shots in there. There's a spot little past halfway to where they're brawling to the announcer side area, and Jericho just DDTs Naito onto the table there and just makes the most sickening thud. Like, I thought the dude had a concussion or something. The table didn't break. He just like, donk. And that seemed painful to watch. I can't imagine what it felt like. Jericho takes Naito back in the ring. There's more spots with more chairs. I mean, it's... If you saw Jericho's no disqualification match last year with Chris Jericho, or Chris Jericho's match last year with Kenny Omega, rather, it's a lot of the same sort of chemistry to where they're trading classic spots in between shots with kendo sticks and chairs as much as they can. It's really good. It just really is. The ending of the match, Chris Jericho goes for Codebreaker number 3, I believe. Gets countered. There's a more spot. They get up to the top rope, and Jericho gets spiked off of it with a DDT onto a chair. And then from there, he's basically out on his feet. Naito hits Destino, gets the pin, gets the title. 6th title change of the night. And now Los Ingobernables, all of their guys won. Naito fucking won. Bushi and Takagi won. And Evil and Sonata won. So all 5 of them have gold at this point. So, great night for those guys. Though Naito didn't really seem to want the title. He continued his thing from last time to where the title wasn't the point. It's just a byproduct of the feud for him. And I'm interested to see what they do with Jericho. If they're still going to keep using him or not. I know Naito defending as a champion is always money. And I'm hoping they get him back into the main event scene. But we'll see. That just leaves one match left. It is the main event. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kenny Omega, the defending champion. Kenny Omega has the Bucks at ringside for moral support. And the two of them go for almost 40 minutes. And match of the night. Best Bout Machine just lives up to his fucking name. The Ace lives up to his name as well. These two of them deserve every bit of praise that they get for this match, leading up to this match. Their entire careers have just been nothing but amazing shit. And this match was a lot of the same. And it's one of those, I don't want to spoil anything. Go and watch the match. It's worth watching. If I were to give the match a rating, it's a 5-star match. It's damn near fucking perfect. The ending to the match, Tanahashi goes over Kenny Omega. High five flow, like I said, around 40-minute mark. Making him an 8-time champion and making it another loss for the Elite. Skrull lost, Hangman Page lost, the Bucks lost, Cody lost, and Omega. All the Elite have lost. Most of them have contracts that have run out with New Japan, so this was probably going to be their final performance anyways. But Omega was still signed for another couple of months. I'm honestly surprised they had him drop the title here and not at like New Year's Dash tomorrow or the Nashville show in November. Yeah, they're coming to Nashville in a fucking month or two. That's a goddamn... It's a goddamn mindfuck on its own. It really is. But yeah, they're coming to Nashville. They announced a whole bunch of new shows. But I'm surprised Kenny lost now versus then. I'm not disappointed with it. Kenny Omega is this amazing star. He'll bounce back no matter what they decide to do with him. If they decide to do anything with him. If he's not on his way to All Elite Wrestling or WWE or whatever the case may be. God, that was an amazing match. Like I said, if you watch indie wrestling, if you watch New Japan, You need to watch this main event. It's just worth it. The show overall, if I had to give it a grade, it's an A. Outside of the junior tag match that only went like 6 or 7 minutes, every match delivered. It was all, 3.5, 4-star matches, with the main event match and the Okada match potentially being like 5-star matches. They are both phenomenally good. It's an amazing show. It's always an amazing show with New Japan, with Wrestle Kingdom. Looking forward to New Year's Dash. I'm looking forward to see what they do from here, because there's a lot of talent in that company, and possibilities are endless. But I've been Def. That was Wrestle Kingdom 13, and we'll see you on the next time.